Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm a midwife. I've been a midwife for over 25 years, and I have the pleasure of being able to speak with you today about the type of questions that you should be asking your healthcare provider. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the pregnancy. It's an exciting time. You're going to have lots of different emotions. It can be a little bit of a roller coaster at times, new experiences, the unknown. But the thing that I would advise you is to not try to compare it with anyone else or try to fit yourself into a box. This is your unique experience. You will have some unsolicited advice from friends and family members, and often they want to share their horror stories. But I will suggest that you don't take that too lightly. Be careful, protect your mental health so that this pregnancy experience is a pleasurable one for you. So what kind of questions should you be asking? You probably have a lot of questions right now, or the questions will come along, so it's important to write them down so that you don't forget. Ask for recommendations, ask people that you know, ask friends, ask family, but be careful where you get your information from and be careful the type of information that is given to you. People will have great intentions and the best intentions for you, but sometimes their advice is not always the best advice, and it may not be the thing that is recommended for you. I'd also advise you to be careful about the information that you get from the internet. Dr. Google is not the type of information that is needed to be able to ensure that you have a safe and healthy pregnancy. Be careful about what you read on social media. It's not the type of scientific research information that professional organizations offer, and it may be harmful. It is important to do your research, but that will help you with the questions that you ask and prepare for the answers that you're going to get. So what are some of the questions that you should be asking? When you go to see your healthcare provider, it's important to ask who is in the group if there's more than one person there. Will you see the same person each time? Or will you see a different person on every visit? What about coverage when you're in labor or if there are emergencies? Is that 24-hour coverage from the same people in the group, or will there be someone that possibly you might not have met before? You should also ask your provider about if they support your birth plan. What if you have questions about non-medical approaches to care? Are they willing to support that as well? What if you have an existing health issue? It's important to ask your OB provider if they will continue providing care for you, if you will have care with your other existing provider, or if the two of them will collaborate. If that be the case, it's important that you get a copy of your medical records from your current provider to make sure that that is given to your obstetric care provider so that they know what's going on and that they can also make sure that the plans for your pregnancy correspond to the care that's given from your other healthcare provider. Other questions to consider are when you go into labor. Who's going to be there at the time of delivery? Who can be present in the room? Especially now, considering COVID-19 and many of the restrictions that facilities have. Also ask your provider, where do you and your family fit into their care provision? You want to be sure that you're part of the decision-making process and that if you're not able to make the decisions or if you're not able to ask questions, that they will allow that your family members do that for you. Ask questions about your provider's practices for induction of labor at 40 weeks or later. Ask them about trial of labor after C-section. What about if you're having twins? Will they automatically do a C-section? Or what if you've had a cesarean section before? Will you need to have another cesarean this time? After you've had your baby, you'll need to ask questions about the type of follow-up that you'll get postpartum. What type of contact will you have with your provider between the time that you've had your baby, once you've gone home, and waiting for your next appointment? Do they recommend any resources such as pregnancy apps, material to read, or any websites that you should be visiting? Again, it's important to do your research and learn. Be careful of old wives' tales and be careful of myths. It's important to confirm information with your healthcare provider. Another thing that I think it's important for me to talk to you about is what if you have a conflict with a certain provider, or if you feel that you're not being listened to? It's really important that you speak up. Sometimes it can be difficult to speak up or feel confident to speak about the things that you're uncomfortable with, or maybe you can't articulate them. That's when it's important to have an advocate, whether that be a friend, a family member, or your doula. Remember, your feelings are your opinion and they're valid. It's okay to get a second opinion. It's okay to get a third opinion. The most important thing is that you're heard and that you're listened to and that you feel comfortable with the care that you're receiving. So as I wrap up, one of the last things that I'll mention is it's really important to have someone with you at your appointments as far as possible, not just to support you and to listen to all of the information that you're being given, because it is a lot, but also to advocate for you if need be. As I mentioned before, pregnancy is a highly emotional state. There's a lot of things to think about and a lot of decisions to make. So it's important that you get the answers to the questions that you have, so that will help you to be able to make the best decisions for you. You're delving into the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, but you need to be sure that you feel comfortable, that you feel heard, that you feel respected, and that you can make decisions that are suitable and best for you and for your baby. Ask about the plan of care. It's really important that you feel like you're part of the decision-making process and that you're not having decisions made for you. It's your body, it's your baby. You want to make sure that you're safe, that you're cared for, and that you have the best experience possible. I hope this has given you some ideas to think about. We're really excited about your journey. If you have more questions or if you want more information, please see the education section on the Antonia and Grace website.